Good morning, beautiful people in my phone. Welcome to Car Conversations, where we talk all things faith, freedom, football, etc. My name is Jocelyn Carr. It is Monday. Yesterday I took a breather. I did. Yesterday I took a breather. What are we? Week 6, week 7? Yeah. I'm here for it. I'm here for every bit of the criticism, every bit of the commentary about my team's performance on Saturday. Or let's just say the lack thereof, their performance on defense. We performed on offense, but on defense. As I started watching it unfold, the start of the game, the picks they scored on their first drive, the pick 6, I literally was, after those 2 plays, down 14-0, I said, oh, this is about to happen. Nah, surely not. Not Vandy. The doggone Ivy League of the South all of a sudden came to play. Now, it's not all of a sudden. Vandy's been good all year. They could have won the 2 games that they had already lost, for sure. And they run the RPO, and they run it well, and they had a bye week. So all of that being said, there still is absolutely, I thought that bug was in here, zero excuse. There's zero excuse for the piss poor performance by the Crimson Tide defense. There's zero excuse for the piss poor performance. And I say that on Monday. As I'm heading into work, I say that on Monday. So you can imagine my thoughts yesterday. I ain't like it, but I will say this, and I think I said this after the Georgia win. I said you learn more from a loss than you do from a win. Because when you have, especially the way we won that Georgia game, let's be clear, we shouldn't have won that game. Now, yeah, we have the talent. The ball was thrown, the catch was made, the pick was made, but we could have literally lost that game. That game could have gone either way, and there's no excuse. Again, zero excuse for why we let them come back the entire second half. What I saw in the Vandy game, second half of Georgia, what I saw in the Vandy game was a continuation of the piss poor performance by the defense. So now we have 6 total quarters that our defense has been exposed, and I mean greatly exposed. And Vandy had that bye week, and Vandy watched that tape. Vandy probably had that tape on a loop on that second half of Georgia. Vandy watched that USF tape. Because let's be clear, if the QB made the passes to his receivers for that USF game, UCF, whatever that school is we play, South Florida, Central Florida, they would have beat us. They just couldn't connect. They had our secondary beat. They had our number. And so I'm like, I have a lot of thoughts, and this is, again, on Monday. I had to collect my thoughts yesterday. I really had to collect my thoughts. I need to see more from Kane Wommack. I need to see more from Kane Wommack. It's a both-and situation. But to me, from a leadership standpoint, it always starts from the top. It starts from the top. And so I didn't even listen to the full presser from Coach KDB. I couldn't, because I was mad that he came out the locker room looking like he came out the locker room. What are we doing? Like, where is the Alabama standard that is Alabama? Clearly, the opponents view us as the Alabama standard and the standard of college football, i.e. they carried the whole freaking goalposts down the streets of Nashville into the river. And that's what people do when they beat us, right? Notice that. That's what they do when they beat us. Which is fine, okay? We're totally used to it. We're totally used to that. That is fine. But when I saw Coach KDB come out of that locker room dressed as he was dressed, I said, oh no, this is not the standard. I'm not here to rag on any particular person. I'm saying this is a symptom. What we've been seeing of the players is a symptom, and I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about it with my team, just like I talked about it with Kirby and what's happening in Athens and their culture with the whole drinking and driving and racing. There's a culture at Bama that these boys, and I want them to get the bag. Let's be clear. I want them to get the bag. But when the bag goes to your head, and all of a sudden now, word on the street is, they're playing music in meetings. Like KDB is literally speaking and they still have music on for a good half hour before they decide to turn it off and dial into the head coach. Are you kidding me? Now, I'm a proponent of freedom. Don't get me wrong. I'm a proponent of freedom. Y'all know this is the Faith, Freedom, and Football podcast. This is what we do, right? In Car Conversations. We get free and we stay free. But with freedom comes responsibility. And so now, in my opinion, this team has revoked their right to certain privileges, in my opinion. Until you can do what you need to do and demonstrate that you are all the way dialed in to have the discipline, to execute the plays, to do your job, to dominate your box, off with the music. This is me. This is what Coach Carr would do. Off with the music. Off with the music in the meetings. Off with the music at practice. You earn the right to be able to practice with music. Coach Saban never had him out there practicing the music for what? No. You dial all the way in until you can demonstrate that you can do both. That you can dial all the way in while you got the music on the speakers at practice, and you free, you playing free, and you're dominating and you're executing and you're paying attention to the details. Then you get the privileges. You earn those privileges. What I saw was an undisciplined defense completely. What I saw was I saw too much ego. And Coach Kirby said it, I think, after, the loss to us, he said humility is only a week away. And sure enough, humility was a week away. You can learn more from a loss. Absolutely. And you can turn it around. Was this loss going to be it for us to learn the lesson? I hope so. They're more than capable. The talent on this 2024 roster is like none other. They are more than capable. But when we are concerned, I'm so sorry for this poor lighting. I'm just trying to make this video before I start my day, because at the end of the day, ain't no recording at the end of the day. There's a lot of ego. And they're making what they're making. But let's be clear, like Ryan Williams, NIL doubled after the Georgia game, and he had a great game against Vandy. So it wasn't on offense at all. The offense scored 35 points with only 17 minutes of having the football, versus the other team having the football for 40-something minutes. So the offense, and we were in 5 points, one score away from winning. So the offense delivered. The defense, Coach Kane Womack, Coach KDB, both of y'all, I didn't like the way y'all look coming out the locker room. Dress for the part, dress for the standard, set the standard, It's all about the attention to details, right? It's all about the attention to details. And I just didn't feel like they looked the part at all. They didn't look the part. I don't think they were ready. You look good, you feel good. You look good, you feel good. You feel good, you play good. I'm missing one of them. But y'all know what Coach Prime said. And I don't know what we look like. I didn't like it, y'all. I didn't like it at all. So that's my biggest takeaway. I'm not liking what I'm seeing from the defense. I'm not liking what I'm seeing from the execution of the defense, or the lack thereof. And so if the defense is unable to execute, then, you know, coaches, what are we doing? What are we doing to help them lock in? Is it so out of their skill set? Because if it's not, if the right personnel is not in the right position to perform to the best of their ability, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And so now you're trying to force something. It's like trying to force the wrong key into a keyhole. It's not going to happen. So what I expect to see, I you know, all the media, the access, you know, Milroe, I think, was on SportsCenter like on a Thursday. That's too late in the week to be doing media. That's too late to be doing media. We know Ryan Williams and Jalen Mbakwe have their New Wave podcast, which I listen to because I just, those kids are talented. You know, they know how to manage the mic. They're managing the mic well, but I just feel like it's a little too much distraction, not in the season. You know, have your podcast off season, you know, but in the middle of the season, you know, and so it's interesting to see if they'll drop an episode, you know, this week or not. I would turn it all off. I would turn it all off. All of the distractions. I would limit the media. Even Coach KDB taking so many, you know, media opportunities. It's okay to say no. Like, it's like, I believe that there needs to be healthy boundaries, you know, drawn starting from the top all the way down. Because again, it always starts with leadership. It always starts with leadership. And so if leadership isn't demonstrating that level of discipline, even though they can handle it, you know, the 17, 18, 19-year-olds think they can handle it as well. And it's obvious that they can't, in my opinion. Not right now. Not right now. Like, wait until the end of the season and you've accomplished all the goals you set out to accomplish. There was another thing I was going to mention, and it has escaped me. I had a whole list, but here's what I know. We'll see how they rebound. We will see how they rebound. South Carolina is going to come with the kitchen sink. We have South Carolina at home this weekend. And if anybody was watching how we got destroyed, I don't know who their QB1 is. I know he was injured, and then they put in Robbie Ashford, who is a mobile QB. I would not put it past Beamer to play more of Robbie. I don't know how mobile the first QB is, though. With that being said, they're going to run it. They're going to run option. They're going to, any team that would play us will all of a sudden put some wrinkles of some RPO in there if they can. They will, because they know that we don't know how to stop it. The defense could not stop it, which is why Georgia, every time Georgia had fourth down and they were going for it in the second half, they were making it. They were converting because we had no answer. Vandy was running the same freaking play. They were running the same play on third down, and they kept converting. I don't know. Their stats were out the roof for how many third down conversions they had, which is why they had the ball for 41 something minutes and we only had it for 17. That's just what it was. Malachi Moore. This is what I want to talk about. And I don't like to pinpoint players. His frustration at the end of the game, you've all seen it. It's been clips going around. If you were watching the game, you saw it. You saw his frustration at the end of the game. And he's a captain on the team. And the guys with the C, you know, on the shoulder are captains of the team. That's not the behavior. That's not the behavior on the field that we need to see from the captains. That's not in the locker room. I need somebody in the locker room to have that kind of frustration on the teammates, on the players themselves, between the brothers, B-Sci-Fi, all the B-Sci-Fi. Hold your brother accountable. That's what I need to see. Like, and no cameras in the locker room to see that. But that's what I would like to see. I would like to know that that's happening, not on the field for everybody else. This is, I hope they had a players only meeting. Like, this is an in-house situation that they need to assess who's really in, who are the dogs really on the team, and who wants to win and who's not. I would give anything to see, not anything, but you know what I'm saying. I would give anything to see like a Reuben Foster, and axe carrying our Darius Stewart come back into the locker room and snatch these players up in the locker room. Talking about B-Sci-Fi, B-Sci-Fi, B-Sci-Fi. Where's the B-Sci-Fi standard? You know, because that is what is missing. You got this, but where's the B-Sci-Fi standard? None of those players on that team. Malachi, Jalen has a ring. Malachi has won a championship. But all these other cats, what have y'all done? Y'all have not done anything to uphold the standard. We beat Georgia on week 5. Whoop-de-doo. It wasn't for a trophy. It wasn't for a trophy. It wasn't for a title. And I feel like they acted like that was the Super Bowl. Like, bruh, y'all haven't done anything. Nothing. So we have to get it together. I got to go in here to this job. Kind of nice talking in the dark with my little light on. No, this is not the way to go. But iPhone still has not fixed the issue. I hope y'all hear this sound. I hope this comes through, because if it doesn't, that's it. That's all you're going to get on the loss. I'm turning the page. We moving it on. We got Carolina this weekend. My Cowboys won last night in a thriller down to the last 40 seconds with Dak scoring on 4th down. I was very happy about that. I needed one of my teams to win. But anyway, y'all have an amazing week. I hope you have refreshed like you needed to over the weekend, which was one of the things why I was not on camera yesterday, because I needed to take yesterday for me. Do what you need to do so that you can be your best self today, this week, because it starts up here. Just like I'm holding the coaches accountable at Alabama, I have to hold myself accountable for the way I lead those on my team. Have an amazing week. Y'all stay winning. Y'all stay free. Love y'all.